We're the Water Street Blues Band, and this is Talkin About Live, coming at you every Wednesday.
We have a tremendous show lined up for you with Western swing stars Shane and Stacey Lee Guse on Center Ice.
Hi, everybody. I'm Rob. I'm the guitar player in the Water Street Blues Band, and I'm one of the three hosts for this evening's Evening of Hilarity in Song.
I'm Sylvia. I play keys and squeeze, accordion that is.
And I'm Paul, and I'm the band chiropractor, and I play bass.
Thank goodness.
And I occasionally sing. And speaking of that, I want to play a little song that I wrote when I was in grade 5 about this girl that dumped me. Michelle, you smell. I hope you go to H-E-double-L. That spells hell. How's that?
That was
good and mature.
And I think you ripped it off. I think you ripped it off. I've heard that melody somewhere before. As I said, we're the host for this evening's show, and if you're going to enjoy the show, and hopefully you do, please like us on Facebook, and if you're watching us on YouTube, please hit
Hello, YouTube.
subscribe. Hi, YouTube folks. Well, I think it's time for our blues quiz, Sylvia.
Sure, let's do that.
Each week, recently, we've been asking a skill testing question, and it's designed to test your blues knowledge. This week, what is our question, Sylvia?
Oh, wait. What do we have here? I'm going to give it away.
Oh, right. Okay.
Oh, well, that gives away the title. Was that
No, that's fine. That's fine.
It's a clue, or was that the answer?
No, it's not.
Sorry.
This is the clue.
Okay.
This is sort of honoring our guest this evening, so we figured we'd delve into the country blues. And who wrote Baby Please Don't Go? Which acoustic Texas blues artist wrote Baby Please Don't Go? And if you think it ends there, the question does not end there. You also need to answer who covered this song as a British invasion group.
Ooh, that was last week's question.
No, this is this week's question as well. No, you can't do it. You can't answer. Your family can't answer. We've gone through the rules again and again. You can't answer the question. So you need to answer who wrote the song, which Texas acoustic blues artist wrote the song. You need to answer which British invasion and group covered the song, and who was the lead singer in that British invasion group. Now, the first person to get that answer will get a free promo code of our new record, and we'll contact you after the show is over and provide you with that promo code.
How do people let you know they have the right answer, Professor?
Well, they'll have to comment on YouTube or Facebook, and I will see the comments, and I will be able to ascertain whether there is a winner.
All right.
Too bad none of our audience have access to Google.
Well, okay.
Paul, you weren't supposed to say that, but I think we're going to play a clip.
You think that might give it away?
It might give it away, but I'm not sure the person is actually identified in the clip.
Well, they might be.
They
Well,
might be.
let's
We'll
see.
see.
Oh,
well.
maybe they are.
They are. We didn't think that one through.
I think we could wait until later.
Well, okay. Let's modify. You just need to guess who the British invasion group was.
There you go.
That's right.
Now
That's
we
right.
know. Why do we know who wrote? Okay,
Any
now
British
we know our
invasion
question.
group will do.
Now we know our question.
And the lead singer of that British invasion group.
We thought everything you need to know about the blues and country music is in this 1 minute.
Now, baby, please don't go. Now, baby, please don't go. Now, baby, please don't go back to New Orleans. You know I love you so, baby, please. I be a man and gone I'll be a man and gone. He left the county for me, had his shackles on. Now, baby, please don't.
And that is the great Lightning Hopkins who learned that unique guitar style at the knee of another Texas great acoustic guitar country blues guitarist, Blind Lemon Jefferson. And we have a winner already.
Woo!
We have a winner.
And we didn't have. Okay, are we so
Winner chicken dinner.
Nice.
Yes, we do.
Who is it?
It's Rick Guse, who guessed correctly.
Hey, Rick.
Congratulations, Rick.
Van Morrison was the lead singer of the British invasion group Them and covered the Lightning Hopkins tune, Baby Please Don't Go. So Rick will contact you after the show's over and we'll provide you with a promo code of our new record, Talkin About.
Whole album,
Yes.
and Rick is going to work on an accordion version of that, right?
That's right.
Yeah, and the other part is the runner-up gets to spend a week with me on holidays in Breslau.
Okay. It's good to know.
Well, Paul, I think it's time for you to rifle through your very, very, very beautiful album collection.
This week I went deep, guys.
Deep.
Because, yes, you may know some of you, I'm from the Danforth. And the Danforth is synonymous with country music. And sort of. And so I went deep in honor of our guests, and we have a really cool series of extremely rare record covers. So first of all, I'd like to introduce our technologist, and accordion tech, Fluffy, the rabbit, who's been preparing all day. If you guys have been looking at Facebook, you can see how hard he's been working. So he's let's go, Fluffy. Let's get to the first cover, okay? Okay, so this is J.J. Worthington. How do you pronounce his name, Rob?
J.J. Worthington, and the name of the record is If I Should Touch Him. If I Should Touch You.
Yeah, he's.
Now, this is an
Worried.
instructional video for denture removal and music to remove your dentures by denture maintenance in general. And as I hear, they did a very long photo shoot, and this is the one they picked.
I feel like he's actually in water or something.
I think he's in water too.
Yeah.
How did that
I
happen?
don't know. It's strange. Well, all right.
Anyway, it's kind of a. Anyway, high five, full thumb. Who's laughing?
Everyone.
Okay, Fluffy, I think our guests are, they're not muted. They're in the green room. Anyway, Fee-Fi Full Thumb features an instrument that has really fallen by the wayside over the years, and that's the big wooden club. And as you can see, this guy, he actually looks like one of my uncles from the Danforth. And you can, there's my uncle, you know, when I was a little kid, and if my fly was down, my uncle, who looks like this guy, would say, "You got a free air conditioning." And you can see right up the whole skirt right there. And
He's got the whole cash register is fully available.
all the groceries are there.
Okay.
I don't know why I find that so funny. It's kind of sad.
It's not. Okay, sorry. That's good.
Yeah, okay. And this is 25 rabbit recipes and Spanish rabbit recipes for children.
Tapas. It's rabbit tapas.
Rabbit tapas. Sorry, Fluffy.
Yes,
okay.
By Kate Tell.
Okay, it's not Easter yet.
No,
Okay, next one.
He gets worried.
Fluffy.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, now this is I think this is pretty much, there's nothing really unusual here except that for wooden dummies, smoking cigarettes is a bad idea.
That's a very bad idea. We don't advise any ventriloquist dummies try this at home.
Everything else makes sense to me.
It does.
Really, doesn't it?
Yeah, the guy coming out of the beer is just, it happens all the time at most of the bars I drink at.
Yeah, and again, I can't read that, but what is the second line, Sylvia? What does it say?
Les ventrilaires. It's les ventrilaires, which I guess means ventriloquist.
Or it means ventilator in French.
Yeah, but okay.
I think it's the
Pour tout le
I think
monde.
it's the revenge of the ventriloquist dummy.
Okay, yeah, Pierre
Yeah.
and Leo.
Anyway, these are real records, guys. And, I've spent a lot of years in Value Village hunting this stuff. Next.
We don't have a valuation on that one. We'll have to bring that next. Well, this is a good one.
This is a vintage record.
It is now.
This is a vintage record. This is kind of a off-label thing.
This was actually
very rare.
This was our first official release. Another Life, many, many, many years ago.
It's been re-released.
It's been re-released, and it's available on Bandcamp.
It's a box set of one CD.
A very small box.
Yeah, it's okay. That's good. Anyway, enough of that. Okay. Well, wait.
And this is the real thing. This is the re-release that we've just put out.
No.
Paul,
through my legal sources.
No. You do not own the band, and you do not own the band's images.
No, actually, the band was originally called Paul Sapunzi and Such.
No.
You being the Such.
Yes. And such. Okay. Well, let's go to the normal one then. Wow.
Anyway,
what?
Yes. And this was the country release.
Aw.
I think it's being 5'3" myself and kind of stocky. This whole thing, it's kind of like it's got a kind of
it's a 5-gallon guy in a 10-gallon hat.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah,
now this is a
nice.
cool series coming up here.
Yeah. Oh.
Oh
yeah. This is in honor of our guests.
This is when they were doing tribute shows. They were doing a lot of tribute shows early in their careers.
Yeah.
And yes. And
Green Acres.
Sasha, eat your heart out.
Arnold, of course, is very definitely in the shot. And
Park Avenue, darling. Park Avenue.
Yes. Well, do we have another one of their?
I don't know, Paul. Do you have more of these?
Projects?
Yeah, keep going. Yeah, keep going here. We're gonna play. We're gonna play all these records in their entirety.
That was my favorite.
Yes.
Yeah, this is terrific. This is vintage, actually.
It is vintage. We didn't know.
You
Vintage.
can tell by the photo. It was a long time ago.
Didn't know about the cross-dressing, but.
Well, I
was way ahead of my time.
Fluffy, can you close the door? Close the door to the green room. What are you giving those
Where's
guys?
the price
what are they
tag?
smoking?
Where's the price tag?
I can't see it.
I can't see the price tag. My goodness, I think he ate the price tag.
This was on the K-Tel label. And they also sold strainers, pasta strainers, and records. Okay, let's go to the next one. This is this is really one of my favorites,
20s.
only because of the Kenny Rogers Roasters chain, which I was a big fan of. I don't think they're around anymore. I think there's one in Breslau still.
There is.
And yeah.
Yes, this is the 20 solid gold hits.
20 semi-hard solid hits.
Oh, this is pure vintage right here.
Pure vintage.
Pure vintage. This is I find this kind of spooky, actually. Shane looks like Tom Waits, a bleached version of Tom Waits. Doesn't he?
He does a little bit.
Really. And Stacey looks frightened.
Well, she should be. She should be because she's got a horse separating the two of them right there. And horse opera was one of my favorite shows. And of course, Roy and Dale and Trigger.
No. Oh, that's great.
Okay.
Horse is horse, of course.
Friday.
Mosey on down.
So use these old records to promote their Friday night.
And they had a very rich sideline career. They did a lot of these
you could have
tribute shows.
This really worked.
Yeah, I'm going to play the
well
bonus
for
track
you.
from this record. Hold on a second.
Wait.
It's a living.
And that's the end of our collection.
That's the end of our collection.
Yeah.
So send us your comments. All of these are available over the internet. If you have the inter situation, they're all available through K-Tel. And unfortunately, I only take ChargeX, which is hard to find these days.
Thank you, Paul. That was awesome. And
Okay, over to you guys. Now you do the heavy lifting.
Well, thanks for that, Paul. Well, I think it's time to, Fluffy, if Fluffy can escort our guests from the green room and bring them into the production studio.
Sure. Let's see. Is he going to do it or what?
Where's Shane?
Fluffy, come on,
Where
Fluffy.
did Shane go?
Fluffy, we have people waiting. We
Okay,
have
okay, okay,
Oh,
okay,
there
okay.
they are.
No.
No, that's a
No.
still.
Fluffy.
Yeah.
Did we
Okay, get the internet
Did
working.
did we
Someone tell
not
him?
negotiate the contract with their lawyers to get the actual people? All we got,
How
all
much
we got is a damn Polaroid.
No, just.
Come on.
Give him a chance.
Okay.
We'll just give him some time, guys. Maybe.
Okay. Well, Fluffy, you go and get the real Shane and Stacey Lee. And in the
Okay.
meantime, we're going to play a video from the Western Swing Authority called This Old Bar. It's a great, great video. So watch it closely.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
I just said that.
Enjoy yourself.
It's later than you. Oh.
Smokey played fiddle with his mountaineers, and Edna, his good wife of 50-odd years, sat at the same table in the very same chair. Folks somehow knew that you just don't sit there.
Though the faces have faded, the ghosts are part
Of the bones of this old country bar. This old bar, this old bar. Music and memories live on in our hearts. Well, this old world keeps changing, but you know who you are when you step inside this old bar.
waltzes and two-steps on this sawdust floor.
The sound of twin fiddles
And a sad steel guitar. We all raise our glasses of whiskey and wine to the legends in pictures frozen in time.
Paul will tell you a story for each heartache and scar. Yeah, he's the rock of this whole country bar.
Tell him, Paul.
Well, I want to tell you folks, I spent a lot of years making music out on the road. But for the last more than 20, well, this old bar's been my home. I've had to outrun some hard times, but I never get too far. Yeah, I keep coming back to this old bar.
This old bar, this old bar. Music and memories live on in our hearts.
Well, this whole world keeps changing, but you know who you are when you step inside this old bar.
This old bar, this old bar. Music and memories live on in our hearts. Well, this whole world keeps changing, but you know who you are
When you step inside this old bar.
This old bar.
Thank you so very much, and we'll see you next time.
Very you guys welcome Shane and Stacey Lee Guse to the show. Welcome, guys.
Hi, guys.
So good to see you.
Well, I'd like to do just a little bit more introduction. I just want to make sure that our audience knows that Shane is a 5-time Fiddle Player of the Year for the Canadian Country Music Awards, Hall of Honor inductee, and many other awards that I'm sure he will touch on. And Stacey Lee is a former member of LACE, Juno-nominated group, and Academy of Western Artists, Best Western Swing Female Vocal. And so we have two really great award winners, and you can certainly hear it from that video. So thank you for joining us, you guys.
Well, hey,
Thanks for having us.
And maybe tell us a little bit more about that video.
Well, that song, This Old Bar, I mean, we cut that song for our last record, which is called Big Deal, and we wrote it with Thomas Wade, and it was all about the place where we started as a band. We started playing as a band in a place called the Commercial Tavern out in Maryhill. And the song was always just about that, and then
it's pretty specific, you know. It's a true story about all the people that you hear about in that song are all people that, you know, that are related to either Paul or are really tied specifically to the Commercial Tavern.
Yeah, and we decided we were going to make a video for the song, and originally it was just going to be about the commercial, and then of course
the world shut down.
COVID happened.
The
and
world
it was
shut
like,
down.
wow, like every bar is you know, completely you know, at that point was closed down, and
Closed down completely. That's right.
everybody was forced to close, and we realized that, you know, hey, it's not just us musicians that are all out of work, but you know, there's all these places where we play are also you know, struggling and still struggling. Obviously, I mean, some of them are open, but they're open at limited capacities, and
some of them have closed completely. Like they
some will
never
never
made
come
it
back.
through, right? So
Absolutely.
you know, what was started out as something very, very niche and very, very specific has kind of turned into a little bit of a mini anthem over these past 7-8 months. As you know, the time is going on, a lot of people have requested that song just because they miss their places, you know.
They absolutely miss their places. The audience miss the places, the employees miss the places, and the artists miss the places.
It was it's an amazing experience because just to watch the video, it's a little cathartic. It's an anthem, but it kind of gives you strength too. I think it's amazing what can happen when artists express that feeling for the community. So
Yeah,
Thank
especially
you.
the commercial. The commercial has been an anchor in our community for so many decades. So it's great to get a tour of it.
Well,
Could you
that's
tell
it.
us a little bit about Western swing music and why you got into it, and maybe the connection with Bob Wills?
Sure.
I'm gonna let you take that one in there, brother.
All right. Well, Western swing music is it's a fusion, really, is what it is. It started in the late 20s and through the 30s and 40s was really popular. It started out, really, it's a combination of string band music and combined with big band swing, some blues, some jazz, some country, all of this stuff sort of mashed together. And of course, Bob Wills was, you know, he was noted as the king of Western swing.
Pioneer, man.
He was one of the biggest stars in Western swing music, one of the biggest stars ever. He was massive, and
One of the only people to be inducted into the Country Music and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
yes, he is.
Is
I
that
think he's
correct?
one of only 2 people. I think the other
Only
one
2
might be
people
Johnny
that have ever made
Cash.
that. Yeah.
But Bob Wills is in both the Country Music Hall of Fame and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He broke a lot of barriers. He was the first guy to bring a drummer to the Grand Ole Opry.
Really?
And the story goes that they wanted the drummer to set up behind the curtain so people couldn't see it. And Bob.
You can
wouldn't have
imagine
it.
how the drummer felt.
Yeah,
Well,
Bob
that's our
would have it.
policy. That's our policy.
That's
too.
our policy.
I understand.
But in those days, that was a big thing. It was like
Oh,
all
yeah.
acoustic music, and you know, these guys came in. They had amplifiers and drums, and like, you know, it was a huge
electric
band.
guitars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was that was a big thing, and of course
They almost
you know,
didn't play.
through the years. You know, there's been. I mean, Bob Wills was the big one.
Milton Brown.
Milton Brown, Spade Cooley. In that era, there were lots of great Western swing bands. probably the biggest one that people know of now would be Asleep at the Wheel. Has been around for, God, I think 50 years this year. They've been around and still going strong. Ray Benson and Asleep at the Wheel.
Only 39 more to go.
That's right.
One of my favorites, Merle Haggard.
And he appears.
Merle.
Oh,
well, here's the
Merle.
thing. That's how I got into Western swing music in the first place, was because of Merle Haggard. Because Merle was a huge Western swing fan and a big Bob Wills fan in particular. He even did an entire album dedicated to Bob Wills. I think it was called "The Best Damn Fiddle Player in the World" or "Best Damn Fiddler in the World."
Yeah.
And but he did a recording. Well, he did several recordings of Western swing songs, but there's one that he did for a song called "Cherokee Maiden." And when I was a kid, my parents would have parties. They had this old tape, like reel-to-reel tape machine.
Yeah.
And that was one of the songs on it, just a collection of tunes. And I didn't know who it was or anything. I just knew that song. Every time that song came on, I was like, man, I love this song. This is great. And so when I got older, and then by this point I was playing, and I started looking up, who it was, and then that's Merle Haggard, and I become infatuated with Merle Haggard and his music, but I realized that Merle's noted as a songwriter. That wasn't his song. He didn't write that song, and it didn't come from his catalog. And so then I started going back. That's where I discovered Bob Wills, Texas Playboys.
That's where he met Fluffy down the rabbit hole.
That's right, down the rabbit hole. Here I go. And from there, Bob Wills, Milton Brown, Spade Cooley, and then I discovered Asleep at the Wheel, and my head just basically popped off because I just couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my, this is like the coolest thing I've ever heard. It's kind of all the things that I love. It's like, it's bluesy and swingy, and it's got lots of fiddle in it, and it's all these things that.
It's also powerful. Like they drive.
Oh yeah, they drive hard, and it was that was it for me. And then the reason we started the band, though, I think I was a huge fan, but it was a video of the Time Jumpers that finally was the straw that broke the camel's back. Watching that video, I was like, man, I could play in a band like that. But there's no bands like that up here. And Stacey goes, well. Yeah, why don't you get off your butt and make one then? Let's go. And
you can't be sad when you listen to Western swing. You walk away happy.
You know what? Even the sad songs sound happy.
It's true.
Right?
You're happy to be upset.
I think about that's true. I think of a song like "Yearning,"
Yeah.
It's so happy, but it's really a terribly sad
like a
song.
Horribly sad song.
I'm
but
so
nice.
glad you made me sad.
Yeah, that's kind of it.
Well, thank you for keeping it alive, and not just keeping it alive, taking it to the next level. And it's become a really important contemporary form of music for us Canadians. And you guys have been all over the place playing. I think I read that you were invited to play for Garth Brooks at one time, weren't you?
We were.
Oh, what a time that was.
Sure
we're
were.
sitting on the couch a couple years ago now, and we were just about to actually head to bed, and I get this message over Facebook Messenger from a guy named Jimmy Mattingly, who plays fiddle with Garth. And Shane and I both knew him for various reasons. I had just finished working with him a couple years before that, doing a bluegrass show down at the Fallsview Casino with a girl by the name of Ashley Lewis. And it was just like a totally stacked band. Jimmy Mattingly, who played with, Dolly and Reba and Garth, and Jimmy Stewart, who used to play with Brooks and Dunn, and Missy Raines, who is the IBMA bass player of the year several times over. Who else was there?
You.
Oh, Josh Williams. He was great. Josh Williams and me.
And Stacey Lee was there.
And Stacey, seriously, I was just there going, oh my God. Anyway, so we get this message, and he says, I don't know what you do, and I've got this idea, and I think I might have a gig for you, and it's a little last minute, but I think it'd be good for you if you could do it. So, and we just send a message back, and we're like, well, what do you have in mind, Jimmy? And he says, well, he's Garth's longtime manager, Bob Doyle, is having a 70th surprise. It wasn't really actually a surprise by the time it all was done.
He knew because he was the one that wanted a Western swing.
Yeah.
That's it. And Bob Doyle, it's his 70th birthday, and he didn't want a party, and now he wants a party, but he wants a Western swing band. And they called the Time Jumpers, and they weren't available. And so I threw your name in the ring. and they're up for it if if you're available in like 9 days.
Yeah, it was like 10 days. We had to.
Wow.
And both of us were just like,
Which wouldn't.
Yeah.
We're like, I think we just said yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll do
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Even
we
though
can
we
make
had
that
no
work.
idea if the other guys in the band even could do it, we were just like, yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll make
Yep.
it work. Of course,
Yep.
talk to everybody.
and then it was just like,
and finding like just paperwork to get across the
Oh,
border in that
Right.
amount of time
calls
was
on
like,
Right.
stuff.
The good news is we got the gig. The bad news is we got the gig.
That's
yeah.
exactly.
But it was great. In the end, it
I
was
don't think we slept until the gig was over.
No,
Like,
it
took
was-
Oh, yeah,
a
you
week and a
must
half
have
of
leading
just
up.
Totally freaked
insanity. And then, we drive home the next day and we're like, okay, I guess that just happened.
but it was a great night.
Just
And it was
wild.
really cool to go and play and see, like, usually it's the people we grew up listening to that are all sitting out in the crowd.
Yeah, so there's like
listening
Steve
to-
Warner and
listening to
Trisha
our
Yearwood
music.
and Garth Brooks, and they're
Superheroes.
just all out in
Yeah.
out in the
Superheroes.
audience
Wow.
digging it, and it was
What
just
an honor.
It was just so cool.
Wow, you guys are so good. You deserve to be in front of that audience.
Yeah,
Oh.
you're the opposite of us.
I think you and I are pretty similar. The more I'm getting to talk to you, I'm feeling pretty close.
Well, would you guys like to sing a song for us?
Yeah, I'd
Sure.
love to.
Why not?
Great.
You want,
Why not?
you want to do Sweet Harriet?
Sure, we're gonna do this is probably the most recognizable Western Swing Authority song. It's definitely the most popular on all the streaming sites, and how could you not with a song about the preacher's daughter in a gin joint?
There you go. All right. So, of course, I'm the fiddle player. I'm going to play guitar. Good luck to me. Here we go.
Good luck to you.
I did write the song, so it should be right.
Her name is Harriet LeBeau. She is the preacher's daughter. She got 3 freckles on her nose and she sips on holy water. In a Sunday morning cotton dress, that's where she's supposed to go. But as the weekly hours progress, and doctors tell unfolds, where she lets her long hair down, shimmies into town, swinging high.
Swing high.
Sweet Harriet, walking down the lane, and swing that thing with all you got. The boys all go insane. No, you won't hear them complain. No, no.
That was my solo.
If Daddy found her in that dive, it's where the girls would say, look what you toy Jones, don't take a jive. To them she's a place, and she orders one more day, and it tastes as sweet as sin. Swing high,
Swing high.
sweet Harriet, walking down the lane. When you swing that thing with all you got, the boys all go insane. No, you won't hear them complain. Have you get to listen to the track? There's many more of us, 5 more people playing and soloing. As she dances across the floor, begging her for more. Yeah, they yell, swing high.
Swing high.
Sweet Harriet, walking down the lane. When you swing that thing with all you got, the boys all go insane. Hey, you swing high.
Swing high.
Sweet Harriet, walking down the lane. When you swing that thing with all you got, the boys all go insane. No, you won't hear them
All right, all right.
Oh. That swing. There it is, right up
Wonderful.
there.
It's the Western swing is such a great music, and it goes back. I mean, it's, as you said, Shane, it was tied to sort of the string bands way back when. With guys like
Yeah.
Gid Tanner and the Skillet Lickers, and sort of way back in the 20s and the 30s. And my early formation is in a jug band, and so the white string bands were the formation of Western swing, and the other sort of branch were the black jug bands in Memphis Jug Band and the Mississippi Sheiks, but there was a lot of crossover between those two types of music. It's really joyous and it's so much fun.
All those hollers that Bob Wills does in his music, and he's going, all that stuff. That's where he got from. He would work we'd be working in the fields with all the black workers, and that's where he learned all that music. You know, he had a ton of influence from all those people, and that came into his music, and that's what he would do that all the time. There's great stories about him going in to do sessions, and they did a big one. I think it was in California. It was like their first time they were there, and they had this huge session set up. And he starts, they're playing the song, and he's and he's doing all his hollers in the middle. And the guy in the control room was like, "Yeah, that's great. Can we do another one? And maybe Bob, maybe not quite so much chatter in the middle of the song." And Bob went, "Well, boys, pack it up. Apparently these guys don't want what we do."
Good for him.
No, it's good.
It's good.
Good for him.
Wow. Got to stay true to you, man.
You got to absolutely stay true to you. So, so the Western Swing Authority, I mean, you've got quite a collection of folks in that agglomeration. Do you want to?
Yes.
It's a 7-piece band. So
as many people as we could fit on the stage when we started. Basically, is how many people are in the band.
It's a bit of a clown car when we go to gigs. But
I think we've got that. I think we've got that cover right here.
That's it. So we've got Jimmy Boudreau on the drums,
right
and who you guys know well, and Matthew Lima on big bad bass.
Yeah. Paul Chapman playing guitar.
Dan Howlett on fiddle and some vocals.
And Ed Ringwald, or a.k.a. Pee Wee Charles, playing the steel guitar.
That's it.
And then me on fiddle and singing, and Stacey singing.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Well, that's a big deal.
And each one of these players, including our guests, have such an incredible musical pedigree. So I encourage anybody who's listening to the show who's not familiar with Western Swing, you should become familiar with Western Swing. Check out Western Swing Authority and check out the background in each and every one of these players. This is truly a super group.
Thank you.
You know what? The best thing about this kind of music, I find, because it's a fusion kind of genre, everybody that's in this band has brought experience from different places, and I think it really shows in the way that we've kind of created our own little sound here. We've got Jimmy's got deep roots in the blues community, and
absolutely.
Matthew's got tons of jazz and theater, connections, and I mean, Paul Chapman's played on every country recording for the past 30 years. I'm pretty sure in Canadian country music.
Yep.
Dan's got a ton of bluegrass.
Lots of bluegrass in his background,
and I grew up singing Motown and R&B and pop, and then I kind of flipped over to traditional country when I met this guy over here. And
of course, Ed's done a couple things.
Ed's done a few things.
Yeah, I think he's done a few things.
He's been around.
I think so.
Man, Ed's the only more than all of us combined.
Ed's the only one in the band that had to turn down a session from the Eagles because he was too busy doing something else.
That's right.
I did that too.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. There you go.
No, Paul, that was the Beagles. Sorry, you're getting your bands mixed up.
Don Kennelly instead of Don Henley.
Yes.
Yeah, that guy.
Yes.
Don Kennelly.
Wow.
Yeah. You got to go see the show because it's an electric show, and it's the music, but it's also the presentation, the way you guys dress, the atmosphere is electric. It's a terrific show.
And Stacey Lee, like your pop and your R&B background really comes to the front in all the Hurtin' tunes. Like because you sing them in a way that's not quite like every other country artist. You really put something, a true emotional spark into them that comes from somewhere else. And this isn't a diss on other country artists. This is very much something you bring to the stage.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. I do rub my stank on a lot of that kind of stuff. There's a whole bunch of big mouth women situations, but man, I love it. I love it. I've never felt more at home in a genre, I don't think, than I have in this one. So
Well, we'll just let everybody know that we're going to play a little bit of a video at the end to get a feel for that. But please visit the website and find out more about the Western Swing Authority. And what we can do is play little clips, but you can get immersed, even, you know, the way the world is today, you can really get immersed in this music. And it's one thing leads to another, just like what happened for you, Shane. It can happen for young people who haven't discovered it yet. And for people who've already seen you, it's a great way to have the experience.
I think it's really cool, even when we get, you know, back in the days when we could play live shows.
in front of people
but
and
there
everything.
would be, there's always this kind of really mixed bag of people in the
Our
audience.
audience is so diverse.
You get the older crowd that is, or people that maybe recognize some of these songs and sort of reliving a little bit of that music. And then you get young people that have never heard of it before, and to them it's completely new. We got a lot of musicians.
Yeah, a lot of musos. We get a lot of kids, believe it or not. Like people can bring their families out to the show, which is also really cool. Mm-hmm. You know, on Friday nights we do our honky tonk cocktail hour with just myself and Shane, and that's been one of the coolest things about this. I mean, there's nothing cool about a pandemic, but making music every Friday night, even just doing the little bit that we get to do, even though we can't be with the whole band, you know, we can bring a little bit of that, and the kids come down and they play. And you know, there were times when our kids would request Western Swing Authority songs, you know, at the dinner table, and that's like, I mean, that's enough to bring a tear to a mama's eye. And just like, it's pretty cool.
You know, I've been to your shows where your kids are working the door, and apparently there's a letter coming to you from the Ministry of Labor.
Actually, they're never working the door. They're always working the merch
working the
table.
door.
That's
The
where
merch
they're
table.
usually selling CDs and T-shirts.
And when they work the merch, they get way more sales than we do.
And they're your technical support for your
for the honky tonk cocktail
hour.
So
no kidding.
So tell us about that.
Well, they're certainly better than I am.
I have my children sell cigarettes at our gigs.
That didn't work out. No.
So tell us about the honky tonk cocktail hour, because you know we've been live streaming now. I think this is our 18th show, and you've been doing it for even longer.
This is week 35 coming up.
Yeah, this Friday will be 35.
So we started
the week
March 20th?
the week of the shutdown.
It was the week after. So everything shut down, I believe, on the 13th or the 14th, whatever that's
16th.
Saturday. 16th?
Shut down the 16th,
and then it was
supposed to
right
play
over
that Friday night.
That Friday,
Yep.
and we haven't missed a one.
We were supposed to play that Friday night in town.
At Lana's
Just
Lounge.
Stacey and I were
That's
supposed to be playing at Lana's. We were going to do Honky Tonk Cocktail Hour.
And so we decided we were going to do a
we
live
said, well,
stream.
you know what? We'll just do a live stream, and we'll put up a virtual tip jar, and we'll split it between us and Sean and Marissa.
Yeah.
And
And for how many weeks did we do that? 15 weeks?
15 weeks we would split the tip jar with
various charities.
very different charities in town. And we actually
raised a lot of money, and I'm really
it was a great thing. It was really nice to be able to do that. Like we were able to.
We can't do that on a regular day as musicians.
To things that we could never do otherwise.
So you know.
And on top of that, it helped us kind of stay afloat, right? I think keep a roof over our head, and still is.
That's it. And once the summer came, and the regular shows that Shane and I would be doing, usually he's out touring with Dean Brody as well, and all those things got canceled, and for the unforeseeable future, and we just kind of kept on going. We thought, well, we're here. We're here doing it already. We may as well keep doing it.
And it's a great thing. It's great for us too. I think it just keeps us sane a little bit in the middle of all this.
Well,
every Friday at 5 we sit down and we just play a bunch of music. It's super low key. It's fun, and we've got a nice little community of people that come and join us on a regular basis, and they're chatting amongst themselves,
and they share with their friends, but half of the time we read the comments and they're all just talking to each other, which is amazing. Like it's almost like we've kind of created this little bubble of, I know we're talking about bubbles. It's not a COVID bubble, but like it's a little bubble.
It's a bar table. It's a bar table of friends.
Yeah. If people can feel good for a while, we play for about an hour and a half, and we just kind of hang out and we laugh a lot and we screw up, and then we play some more music.
So people can find the Honky Tonk Cocktail Hour on Facebook Live.
It's
That's
right
it.
there.
That's
On its
correct,
very
yeah.
own page, and you can
Yeah.
see every single one of those beautiful pictures and more.
And more.
We'll be there Friday night with you guys.
Yeah.
We'll
Oh,
be watching.
great.
And we get to experience it today.
So you're working.
right.
You're working on another project. I think you had a video shoot recently, didn't you?
We did. It was so fun.
That was also a little bit of a last minute decision.
It was
and,
kind of a last minute decision, but I'm really glad
I'm
we did
so
it.
excited about it.
Yeah, we just did a video shoot. It'll be a live DVD with the Western Swing Authority. So it was great. We got to play with everybody. We spent the whole day playing music.
I know. Together.
Together
In the
Wow.
same
which
place.
is amazing. And so that's going to come out in the new year. All the performance stuff has been shot.
That's right.
But we still have some interviews and stuff like that we have to do, and then
Lots of editing.
piece it all together, and
Edit.
and it'll come out in the new year.
Yeah.
And we're super excited about it. I think it'll be, especially right now in these times when we don't know when, we're going to be able to do a whole lot of touring. It'll be a way for people to see the band.
We can watch the DVD and
That's right.
remember.
And remember the
how
songs.
good it was
Remember
to
we used
play
to get to do
together.
that? But even for people that would, maybe we were supposed to go somewhere and play a show, or even for places where we haven't been able to get to yet.
Well, that's
like
it,
thinking overseas and things like that, where you're a 7-piece band, it's really tough to do that, just because of the expense of it.
If you're looking at another silver lining from the pandemic, I think that's one thing that has, the technology behind online things like this, like us being able to do exactly what we're doing tonight, and to be able to do an online stream of a show where we wouldn't be able to bring 7 people to the UK necessarily on the drop of a hat, because everything costs a lot of money. But these are the ways that we can kind of, you can kind of quasi create those experiences, and people can still get to know you.
And then
It's
hopefully
really
by the
changed
time
us
it
too.
opens up,
Yeah.
we'll get those opportunities.
Well, that's it. And if you can build your audience, from afar online, then maybe someday, if you do get a chance to get over there, you'll have some bums and seats.
Perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah, guys. We just got to be strong, baby. Be strong. Just around the corner. Next year is going to be a different year.
I hope so.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I- Do you folks like to do one more tune?
Yeah.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Why
Let's do
not?
that one that we did with Ray on the album.
Yes. So speaking of Asleep at the Wheel, we actually, our last record, big deal. We had a whole bunch of guests on the record. Every song had a guest, and
That was so much fun.
every
We've never
guest
actually
was
done a
either
guest.
someone who was a huge influence to us, or someone that we had worked with,
Yeah.
or both those things combined. And one of the people I was really itching and hoping we could get was Ray Benson from Asleep at the Wheel, but I didn't know if we'd be able to or not. But
we did.
but we did, and it was awesome. And it was really cool. So this is a tune. It's one of Ray's tune actually. It's called "Dance with the Brunging."
Yeah.
Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. You've got to dance with it, brung you. Swing with it, swung you. Don't be a fickle fool. If you came here with a gal who has always been your pal, don't you leave her for the first unattached girl that just ain't cool. You gotta dance with it, brung you. Swing with it, swung you. Life ain't no 40-yard dash. Be in it for the long run. In the long run, you'll have more fun if you dance when it brung you to the bash.
I had a friend from Texas, really had some style.
Oh, yeah.
He sang good old western swing and drove 'em wild.
Then a talent scout from Vegas said, boy, the dress will sing this way.
No way.
Anywhere short year is broken in LA. Yeah, you gotta dance with it, brung you. Swing with it, swung you. Life ain't no 40-yard dash. Be in it for the long run. In the long run, you'll have more fun if you dance with it, brung you to the bash. Come on, Stace.
All right.
Keep going. on. It's really something you can use. Or you might wind up out there just singing the blues. Yeah, you gotta dance with who brung you. Swing with who swung you. I've been a 40-yard dash. Being it for the long run. In the long run, you'll live for fun if you dance with who brung you. Swing with who swung you. Yeah, dance with who brung you to the band.
All right.
Wonderful.
And what person who used to play in a jug band wouldn't love that kazoo solo?
Come on. I've been working. I think it's really my spirit instrument. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
And
must
we've
be.
discovered this over the pandemic. We can't,
so we're used to having like seven people
piece
in
band.
the
There's a
band.
lot of parts going on, and we're like, how are we going to make some of this stuff happen? So there you go, kazoo, the
Stacey
golden
Lee and
kazoo.
the golden kazoo. There it is, right there.
Well, that's
Beautiful.
wonderful. Well, Shane and Stacey Lee, we've got like about 5 more hours of stuff that we could chat about, but
Maybe you could come back to the show sometime in the new year.
I
Sure,
feel like that's a
that'd be
great
great.
idea. I'd love to.
Yeah.
we'll do it. We'll do a part 2.
Yeah.
There you go.
And
Part
by
deux.
then,
Part
the
deux.
video will be out. The video will be out.
Oh,
by
that's
then.
right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
it.
actually, that'd be
That's a good
cool when the
idea.
Oh,
Yeah, come
DVD
and
comes
do the
out.
video.
That'd be
Come and
cool.
show the video on the show. That'd be great.
Awesome.
When your video's ready, we'd love to play a short clip so we don't get
sounds
sued, not the long clip.
There you go.
Perfect. Yes.
Well, I think at this stage of the game, we'd like to thank you for being on the show, and our audience has certainly appreciated it. There's a lot of folks out there who are enjoying the show, so thank you for being our guest. And I think Paul's got.
Yeah, we have to take care of some business right now, guys. So we've had a lot of guests on the show, and we've had some unusual requests, but this is. We've been able to manage to get you this. Your lawyers just faxed us again this afternoon with the counteroffer. And anyway, we've managed to kidnap Garth Brooks. I know it's COVID-19, so he is wearing a mask. We've had him. We've got him here in the green room. He's really irritated, but we have arranged for him to give you guys both a foot massage. So.
I feel like we're right in the middle of Christmas vacation, where Clark's boss gets like brought to the house, all tied up in a bow.
Yeah, no, he's really pissed. But,
Well, he'll forgive us.
yeah, no. So Fluffy's going to take you back to the green room, and then if you guys, after you have your foot massage and we get rid of that guy, Garth, join us for our own private cocktail hour. Thank you so much.
Thank
you guys
you.
are wonderful. We love you, and hope to see you again in the new year. All right. Good luck with your projects, and it's been electric having you on the show.
Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
We're going
Thanks.
to play you out with a video. How about that?
Little roly
Play him
poly.
out. Play him out, Fluffy.
Come on.
A little roly poly.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Amazing.
Scrambled eggs for breakfast. Has bread and jelly 20 times a day. Roly-poly, he's a hearty dinner. Takes a line straight to run away. Well, goes up weeds and does chores. Runs both things, all stores. And wakes up and never time that way. Roly-poly, daddy's little daddy. The baby's gonna be a man someday. Come on, man.
All right. Hooray. So it's just us now.
Just a taste.
It's just us.
So sad.
Unfortunately, yes.
I
That
feel
was,
so sad when the guests leave, and I'm just, and it's just us. I feel so sad.
Can I do a tune?
Well, that, okay.
Yeah, that will cheer me up.
Yeah.
And
I'll cheer you up.
is
Yeah.
this another one you wrote?
Yes, this is one I just wrote. I'm going to actually write it while I play it. Let me see. What key should it be in? Let's do it in G, okay? All right, Fluffy. If I could see you now, I try to make you say it somehow, but I can't, so I'll cry instead. Don't wanna cry when there's people there. I get shy when they start to stare. I'm gonna hide myself away, but I'll come back again someday. And when I do, you better hide all the girls. I'm gonna break their hearts around the world. Yes, I'm gonna break them in two and show you what my loving man can do. But till then, I'll cry instead.
We're going to do a tune by a young lady from the Carolinas. We saw her down at the Tampa Bay Blues Festival, Miss Nikki Hill and her husband Matt.
Well, he's laying long, lanky, as sweet as he can be. Hands up off him, 'cause he belongs to me. Well, now, hands off my man. He don't belong to you. Oh, well, he's mine, oh, mine. No matter what you do. Keep your hands, keep your hands, keep your hands off my man. Keep your hands off my man, 'cause he don't belong to you. Well, it's mine, oh mine, no matter what you do. Well, it's mine, oh mine, no matter what you do. Oh, well, it's mine, oh mine, no matter what you do.
Online. So thanks for joining us. And next week's going to be a lot of fun. If you've enjoyed the show, though, please like us on Facebook. And if you're on YouTube, please subscribe to our Water Street Band YouTube channel. Next week, Paul, why don't you tell us who our guest will be next week? It's really special.
Well, next week we have a friend of ours, a very talented guitar player, Keith Murch, and really an extraordinary, much better than you, Rob, guitar player. Rob.
So that's all right. Now, Keith, for those who don't know, is an incredible jazz guitarist, and I think Paul will probably be mining his vintage vinyl collection for some really cool jazz vinyl.
Yeah, I think we're going to get it. Everything's going to be really serious next week.
It's going to be extremely serious.
Around.
We got some vintage video too, I think. We've got lined up.
Oh, we have a little bit of vintage
yeah.
video. We do.
Yeah, this will be our first kind of bit of a jazz show. Actually, it'll be really cool.
That would be awesome. We'd be so grateful. And you'll be notified. Also click the bell. Thank you. That's a copyright slam right there. just like subscribe. That's we're just trying to. Thank goodness.
Okay, Paul.
Save us.
It didn't get any better the second time.
No.
Okay.
So, Sylvia, I think it's time to pack up.
All right, guys. Well, you know what? I'm not doing any of the heavy lifting. Are you, Paul?
No, Paul never does any of
Fluffy
the
is. I managed the whole.
Yeah, no, I can see that. You're coordinating